Hello, planeswalkers of the internet. My name is MTGEndey, here with a deck tech. So, we have the Brawlers Guild Hall event going on right now because of the pandemic. It is free for everyone to play. So I thought it'd be a great idea. Make a new deck every day. So, the deck we'll be playing today, Angrath's Zombie Besties. This deck is all about creating zombies. So, of course, our commander for this deck is Angrath, Captain of Chaos. Creatures you control have menace and -2, a mass 2. Starts with 5 loyalty, good creature, especially the mass mechanic. And the menace is probably the strongest thing on this card. A mass is our center part of this deck. Let's go through the cards. So, Dread Malkin, just a 1/1 with menace, and has a sack ability, but usually I don't use it. It's just a good zombie cat. Falmir Knight, Profane Insight is the adventure side, and it's 2 and a black. You draw a card and lose 1 life. That is what we want. And the 1/1 with Death Touch is also a bonus. Omen of the Dead can get my cards back from the graveyard. It's all good. Spark Harvest. Good part is you only have to pay 1 mana, and you can get rid of a Planeswalker, which are the hardest things usually to get rid of. Vampire of the Dire Moon. 1/1 with Death Touch and Lifelink. Not a zombie, sadly, but I love the Lifelink. There's not a lot of life gain in this deck. Kinda need it. Claim the Firstborn. Good. Gain control of their creatures and gets rid of one of their blockers, which is one of the hardest things, especially with Menace to stop. Grim Initiate. Good 1/1 with First Strike, and then when it dies, you get to amass 1. So it replaces itself when it dies. Infuriate, +3/+2. This can win games, but usually it's really good whenever your creature gets blocked or you're blocking another creature. Shock, just a good removal, good damage. It probably can win some games too, but it's just good to get rid of some creatures. Agonizing Remorse. It's good, gets a card out of your opponent's hand, and it exiles them, so they can't get it back. Ephemia, the Cacophony. You can exile enchantment cards from your graveyard. There's not a lot of enchantments, but you do get a 2/2 black zombie creature, which is really nice. Blight Beetle. Protection from green, which is one of the strongest colors right now, so it's really good. And it stops counters being placed on creatures, which is good. Dreadhorde Invasion, of course. Lose 1 life, amass 1 every turn is amazing. And that lifelink can help you stay in the game the long run. Then we have Eternal Taskmaster. It's a little slow because it comes in tapped, but get your creatures out of the graveyard, which is great. Lazatop Reaver, amass 1. So, it's a good zombie. Jaya's Greeting, 3 damage to her creature, and you get the Scry 1, which is great. Angrath's Rampage, it's a good sack ability to get rid of pesky artifacts or planeswalkers, and can get rid of good creatures your opponents have. Dreadhorde Butcher, haste, and I usually get this up to a 2/2, 3/3. Then it dies and deals damage to any target. Bleeding Edge, it's usually is really good removal. Then you get to amass 2. And then Midnight Reaper, deal 1 damage, and then you get a draw card. So it's all good, and your creatures are going to die, so it's good to have that. Shriek Diver, it's good flying. This deck does not have that much flyers, so it's good to have a card with flying. Toll the Invasion, Gets a card out of your opponent's hand, and you get to amass for it. So, it's pretty good. Teamwork Calls the Dead. Create zombies for the first 2 chapters, and then you get to get a payoff for having so many zombies, which is nice. Vizio the Scorpion gives Death Touch to your army, which is nice. So, your opponents won't want to block your army because they'll lose the creature no matter what. On-Crop Invader. It's a 2/2 for 3 that has kind of first strike. It has first strike only on your turn, which is nice, and it also has a sack ability to make it bigger. Honor the God Pharaoh. Good card draw in red. Discard a card and draw 2, and then you get to amass 1, which is nice. And then Drag to the Underworld, my favorite black kill spell. I think it's better than Murder, just because I usually only pay for 2 for it. And at the worst, I'm usually paying a Murder. I'm not paying more than that usually. Gravedigger. Turn target creature from your graveyard to the hand. Your creatures are going to die, so you want them to come back. Herald the Dreadhorde. When this dies, it amasses 2. So, you have 2 creatures, so it's a good blocker. Dreadhorde Twins. You get to amass 2, and your creatures get trample, which is really nice, because a 15/15 zombie army isn't going to do much if your opponent has blockers. But with trample, it's all good. And our board wipe for the deck. Widespread Brutality. Amass 2, and then your army you amass deals damage equal to its power to each non-army creature. Usually, depending on how big your army is, it's usually going to get rid of all, or at least most of the creatures on the battlefield. A card that should go in every black deck. Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Opponent loses life, and you gain life, where X is your devotion to black. So, usually this can win games, sometimes it just turns the game. Liliana, Dreadhorde General. This is good, your creatures are going to die, you're going to draw cards for it. It creates zombies, and that sacrifice ability can halt a game so that you can catch up, or can take the lead. Invading Manticore. A 4/5 for 6, but it does amass 2 when it comes to the battlefield. And then Captive Audience, which is probably the best card in the deck, because everything your opponent does will always be good for you. Life told down to 4, you can kill them easily. Discard their hand, then they don't have anything else to use, and then also create zombies, which we want. So, come by Twitch tonight at 11 o'clock. We'll be playing this deck, and I'll be revealing what tomorrow's commander going to be. So, hope to see you next time, and make sure, keep on smiling.